Hi everybody, it's Pollo Del Mar from San Francisco, and I am here with none other than RuPaul's Drag Race Season 7 star, Mrs. Kasha Davis.
Hello, darling.
We're so close to coming back when you and Katya were paired up.
Yes. Oh my God, we're conjoined by the vajayjay, and it was a hoot and a holler. That Katya is so fun and so creative. I was so excited to be paired with her. I think it would be like if you and I were on together. It would be the same kind of like ridiculousness. We'd figure some kind of crazy thing out and, you know, do it. And I was so glad to be able to tote my box wine. There was actually some wine in there.
Well, you were conjoined at the box wine.
Yeah, well, that was me and my mother. But I digest.
We've seen so many things from so many of the girls. Tell us something that we don't know about your experience on RuPaul's Drag Race.
It's not like everybody was watching me all the time. I decided, oh, you know what? I'm going to shave my legs. And then like an hour later, I thought, could be a camera in the ceiling. And I was just like bending over the mirror and like backwards and like shaving my little back there. Yeah, so it was I was all smooth.
Well, is that how the Mr. likes it?
Oh, the Mr. likes it whenever he gets it.
How long have you and the Mr. been together?
We've been together since 2004.
Wow, 11 years.
Yeah. So she's good at math. I mean,
I'm practically Asian. Well, maybe not.
Well, here and there.
How very dare you, Mrs. Kasha Davis. So how did you meet Mr.?
We met on the WWW. We were on gay.com.
Well, that is a long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And we had dial-up, for God's sakes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but we did. I saw him in the clubs and stuff, and he made me nervous. He was the guy that I always wanted to like ask out, and I didn't want to do it. And then I did, and it all came together.
So for those of you who are watching, it takes a very special man to deal with a lady like us.
Oh, yes, with a little something extra.
Right. So how does the Mr. feel about your career?
Well, first of all, Mr. Davis. There is no Mrs. Kasha Davis without Mr. Davis because he does video. He works all the stuff that we do on YouTube and the filming and of course the like social media. You know, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Recently,
oh my God, for real.
We were texting back, or we were
Twittering direct messaging on Twitter.
Message. And I decided to tweet my phone number.
It was an accident. She was trying to send it to me personally, tweeted it to everybody. I called her. I'm like, girl, take it off immediately.
Yeah, I was like, what did I do? And then I had to run upstairs, and of course my husband saved the day. But he filmed, I've got all these phone calls from all these kids, and it was fabulous. There were so many nice kids just like wanting to talk, and I say kids, they're 15 to 20 years old. You know, anything under 30 to me is a kid. But you know, it was just fantastic. But Steven really is just amazing that way. He is so supportive, and you know, I came into his life where, you know, he was divorced, obviously had 2 children, and I came in and I kind of like got to be Aunt Ed. You know, they had a mom and a dad, and then they got to have an Aunt Ed. So it fulfilled something for me and for him. So I think we give and take.
How do the children feel about your career?
Oh my God, they're so fabulous. They just texted me before coming here. We're so proud of you. We're so glad that you're doing this. You're an inspiration, and if I can be that for them, that's enough.
You were telling me in private conversation that you are developing a one-woman show.
Yes.
About your life.
It's called There's Always Time for a Cocktail.
Shocking.
Shocking. It's a theme in my life. I like to keep it running. That way I can do the research.
Of course.
It's a show about, you know, accepting yourself and then accepting other people and forgiving those that maybe were struggling with who you were. And I think it's so important right now for kids and for adults to have those kind of examples out there. And I have just done that at the Laurie Beachman Theater in New York City, and I will do it again on May 12th. I'm very excited that a gentleman from the Playbill you know, magazine is going to help to kind of work and enhance the show as well. So
that's incredible.
Yeah. So I can't wait to see where it goes next.
You said that you auditioned 7 years in a row.
7.
Was the experience more or less?
The experience was perfect. It was everything I had wished for and hoped for. The 2 things I've been asked, you know, what would I say to another queen who would be auditioning?
Always ask that.
Yeah. Number 1, please understand that they're filling different roles, and we look at ourselves and it's like, why did they pick that person over me throughout the seasons?
Right.
You just got to be yourself, number 1, because at some point that character's going to fit. Because we're all very unique and very talented.
Girl, they are really going to town outside. Just so you know, we're here at the nightclub that she just performed at, and they're high on Mrs. Kasha Davis.
They got so excited that they went out, you know, and now
they had time for a cocktail.
They had time for a cocktail, and then the one was making out with you, right?
Okay, sidestepping the question, I had to share an experience with you, yours. So, Mrs. Kasha Davis was performing, and a young, attractive gentleman came to me and was admiring me. I gave him my phone number. He was supposed to text me, but he did not.
I forgot to say that you made out with him.
Thank you. So, we were friendly, and I went up to him and I said, young man, you did not text me your phone number like you said you were going to. He said, oh, my phone died, which it did not. And then he's like, oh, your number is right here. And it's saved as Mrs. Kasha Davis.
Sorry, Mr. Davis. It wasn't me.
It wasn't her. This is the second time tonight, girl. I mean, like, I'm utterly flattered. Look how stunning she is.
Oh, well, you need new contacts. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
I think that this happened to her because of the video she just did with the vacuum where she sucks her lips larger and larger. And I
like Kylie Jenner's challenge?
Yeah, I think it worked. Except you're a little more Bruce than...
Oh, no, she don't.
I had to say it.
The thing was, you told me privately that in the past, when you were auditioning, that you tried to play a role that you thought, and then finally you just were like,
yeah, I tried to think of what they wanted, and what I thought they wanted, and then I was just, you have to just be yourself. Just be yourself. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's going to be impersonating Liza Minnelli every time you hit the stage, or you're going to be, you know, something like Pearl, where you just collect all the vintage stuff and just put it on and don't steam it and just get on there and wriggle around, and they'd love it.
Now, the personalities that we're seeing portrayed on television for these girls, you had an experience with them firsthand. So
yes.
Are we seeing them accurately?
I believe that you are. You know, a lot of the gals on the show talk about the editing. And
always the editing.
Yeah, and you know, that's an excuse because you did say the words. Certainly they can manipulate certain things to look a certain way.
And we know they do.
Yeah, but here's the deal. You know, you're on there, it's a lot of stress, a lot of pressure, and we're queens. We get together, we're sisters, this, that, and the other. People end up getting into arguments. It's just like any other family. So what's the big deal? It's reality television. It's not real. You know, it's a very stressful situation. You're under a lot of pressure.
Oh my God.
Stuff is going to happen.
I would snap. I think that you can only be nice for so long, and when you're marginally nice to begin with, girl, you're gonna
I think fade and leave on episode 5.
Oh, Mrs. Kasha Davis. As a viewer, yourself aside, who's your favorite? Who's your favorite to watch?
Katya.
Okay. And we know that your chemistry with her was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, she just surprises me. I never know what to expect. I mean, and it could be anything from gorgeous to like absolutely ridiculous, and maybe even like bloody. I don't know.
Who is your prediction?
Okay, my prediction of who I think it will win is probably Pearl.
Why?
Because Pearl is what the viewers are looking for.
Which is what? I'm trying to figure this out.
You know, there's a story, there's an arc, there's, you know, a struggle, and this is somebody that a lot of the kids can relate to that are watching the show. You know, I've learned through social media, as you and I know, with my mistake on Twitter, is that a lot of the people that are fans of the show are really young.
Very young.
Yeah. So people of our, you know, decade
mature status
have to try a little bit harder to kind of, you know, show them that this is also a fun entertainment. They'll get it. It'll take longer. You know.
Who do you want to win?
Ginger Minj or Kennedy. I just love their style in terms of drag, in terms of what they've done throughout the years, in terms of the dues that they've paid.
If you had it to do over again, what would you do differently? Besides, like, the obvious things that got you into the bottom, what would you do differently with the experience?
Honestly, you need to be a narrator. You need to talk about the experience as much as possible while you're on the show. You need to open your mouth. And you need to understand that there are rules. But just because there are rules, it's drag, you can break them. Root gives us a challenge. You know, if you've got a better idea and you think it's going to be creative, go for it.
These young girls are coming in so self-aware of the show and the game, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I think so many of the younger performers think that you have to be the bitch. You know what I mean? Like, that's what's gonna, you know.
Well, let's face the facts. I mean,
Every season they got one?
every season has one. But also, you know, drag queens can be catty.
That's what you're talking about.
Not exactly. You know, some people look for that, like, over-the-top kind of personality. So, whether you want to call it bitchy or catty or whatever.
All right, since we're basically in a slumber party here, have you ever played Marry, Fuck, Kill?
Probably. There's box wine involved, so I don't usually remember much.
So this is where I give you 3 people, and you have to choose marry, fuck, or kill.
Okay.
And you have to order them.
Right.
Marry, fuck, kill. Darien Lake, Pandora Box, and Aggie Doon, her Rochester sisters.
I would have to kill Darien because if I didn't, then she and I would just explode because we would be always going out to buffets and eating all the time. We have the same taste in food and men. I would have to marry Aggie Doon because we can make a lot of money. And I'd probably have to kill Pandora Box just because she's been on this show for so long.
She doesn't even want to fuck anybody. She's like, I'm gonna kill 2 of them and marry one.
Oh, I was supposed to fuck one of them? Yeah, no, I can't do that. Sorry.
The mister would not like that. Marry, fuck, kill.
Yeah, let me try it. I'll try to do the rules.
Okay. Ross Matthews, Michelle Visage, and RuPaul.
I would marry Ross, I would fuck Michelle, and I would kill RuPaul. So I would take out Michelle.
Good one. Good one. Marry, fuck, kill. Miss Fame, Pearl, and Violet Chachki.
I would marry Pearl. I would fuck Miss Fame because just get it over with because she talks so much. I just want to get that done and get her out of the door. And I would kill Violet Chachki because nobody should be that thing.
Well, she's like practically starved to death already.
Oh yeah.
So, now in closing, we need to let these viewers know something that's a major secret about you. What? Even having been on reality television, shaving your choach in your hotel room, what is something that people don't know about you, Mrs. Kasha Davis?
Oh my gosh, I think
the struggle is real, people.
The struggle is real. I don't know. I don't have a lot of secrets, but I think as a performer, I think people expect that you want to be out there and be big and be, really, really outgoing. And Eddie's really kind of shy, and that probably shows through in some of what I've done on Drag Race. But I'm kind of a quiet, shy person who likes to be in the background, as Eddie. But I'm not Eddie right now. I'm Mrs. Kasha Davis.
And you need to follow her on Instagram and Twitter. Instagram is Mrs. Kasha Davis.
Correct.
On Twitter, it's just Kasha Davis. Right?
Correct.
And of course, I'm going to link now so you can watch her fabulous new video for There's Always Time for a Cocktail.
Yes.
So, for Mrs. Kasha Davis, I'm Pollo Del Mar.
And thank you so much for the
Oh
time.
my God, yeah.
Fabulous.
It was. Thank you so much.
Do you want to go out and see if we can get that fella for you?
How dare he save me.
I'll go. I'll be.
Lure him in.
I'll be your wingman.
Bye, everybody.